Welcome, nature enthusiasts, adventurers, travelers, and curious minds. In a world bustling with technology and rapid urbanization, it's often easy to forget that we share this planet with some truly breathtaking natural wonders. Today, we're going to slow down, step off the beaten path, and journey into the wildest corners of our Earth. From towering mountains that scrape the heavens, to vibrant coral reefs that burst with underwater life, from cascading waterfalls that thunder into misty canyons, to surreal landforms shaped by millennia of wind and rain, these are the places that make our planet feel magical. So, settle in, relax, and let me take you on an awe-inspiring trip to 20 of the greatest natural wonders of the world. Each one has a story to tell, each one is unique, and each one reminds us that long before us, and long after, we are living on a planet of astonishing complexity and beauty. 1. The Great Barrier Reef, Australia. Let's begin our journey in the warm waters off the northeastern coast of Australia, where you'll find the world's largest coral reef system. The Great Barrier Reef. Stretching for over 2,300 kilometers, that's about 1,430 miles, it's visible from outer space. This marine wonder is home to around 1,500 species of fish, 600 types of coral, and countless other organisms that form a vibrant underwater tapestry. The reef's ecosystem thrives in warm, shallow waters, typically staying between 23 degrees Celsius and 29 degrees Celsius, 73 degrees Fahrenheit to 84 degrees Fahrenheit, year-round, perfect for snorkeling and diving. What makes the Great Barrier Reef unique is not just its size, but its staggering biodiversity. The vibrant corals form the backbone of a community that includes sea turtles, dolphins, reef sharks, and giant clams that can live more than a century. Yet, this fragile ecosystem faces threats from climate change and ocean acidification. This natural wonder is both a symbol of our planet's beauty and a reminder of its vulnerability. 2. Mount Everest, Nepal and China. From the ocean floor to the highest point on Earth, Mount Everest. Topping out at 8,848.86 meters, 29,031.7 feet, Everest sits on the border of Nepal and the Tibetan Autonomous Region of China. Formed roughly 60 million years ago when the Indian tectonic plate collided with Asia, Everest is still rising slightly every year as these plates continue to push against each other. Known locally as Sagarmatha in Nepal and Chomolungma in Tibet, Everest is more than a mountain, it's a symbol of human ambition. The death zone, above 8,000 meters, is infamous for its thin air and brutal conditions, with temperatures plunging as low as 36 degrees Celsius, 33 degrees Fahrenheit, in winter. Despite the risks, climbers from around the world attempt to scale its peak every spring. Everest's uniqueness lies in its extreme altitude and the extraordinary challenge it poses to both adventurers and scientists studying high-altitude biology, geology, and the effects of climate change on glaciers. 3. The Grand Canyon, USA. Traveling next to the American Southwest, the Grand Canyon in Arizona is a colossal chasm carved over millions of years by the Colorado River. It stretches 446 kilometers, 277 miles, long, up to 29 kilometers, 18 miles, wide, and over 1,800 meters, 6,000 feet, deep. Its terraced layers of red, orange, and pink rock tell a geological story dating back nearly 2 billion years. What makes the Grand Canyon unique is not just its sheer scale, but the incredible visual spectacle at sunrise and sunset. Temperatures at the south rim average around 8 degrees Celsius, 17 degrees Fahrenheit, in winter mornings and can reach well into the 20s degrees C, 70s degree F, in summer, making every season a distinct experience. Wildlife from bighorn sheep to the California condor call this area home. Visiting the Grand Canyon evokes a sense of geological time and the powerful forces of erosion that have shaped our Earth's surface. 4. The Aurora Borealis, Arctic regions. For our next wonder, we look skyward. The Aurora Borealis, or Northern Lights, is a natural light show dancing across the heavens in high-latitude regions around the Arctic, including Scandinavia, northern Canada, and Alaska. Caused by solar particles colliding with atmospheric gases, this phenomenon produces vivid ribbons of green, pink, and purple that shimmer and shift in the dark winter sky. What's unique about the aurora is that it's both otherworldly and deeply connected to solar activity. The best viewing is often during periods of high solar wind activity on cold, clear nights from September to April. Some places, like Tromsø, Norway, or Yellowknife, Canada, are famous for their Northern Lights tours. To see an aurora is to watch charged particles dance in the Earth's magnetic field, science meeting art in the most dazzling natural display imaginable. 5. Victoria Falls, Zambia and Zimbabwe. On the border of Zambia and Zimbabwe in Africa, the mighty Zambezi River plunges into a rift nearly 2 kilometers, 1.2 miles, wide, creating Victoria Falls, known locally as Mosi Oetunya, or the smoke that thunders. The roar of the falling water can be heard kilometers away, and the column of mist it generates soars high into the sky, sustaining lush rainforests around the gorge. Victoria Falls isn't the tallest or widest waterfall on Earth, but it's considered the largest sheet of falling water due to its combined width and height of 108 meters, 354 feet. Unique features include the Devil's Pool, a naturally formed rock pool right at the cliff's edge, offering brave swimmers a heart-stopping view. The falls flow peaks around April, after the rainy season, making for a spectacular, unforgettable scene. 6. The Amazon Rainforest, South America. Covering more than 5.5 million square kilometers, 2.1 million square miles, the Amazon is Earth's largest tropical rainforest, sprawling across 9 countries, but chiefly Brazil. The Amazon River itself is over 6,400 kilometers, 4,000 miles, long. This dense jungle is home to 1 in 10 known species on the planet, including jaguars, pink river dolphins, macaws, and an unimaginable diversity of insects and plants. What sets the Amazon apart is its unparalleled biodiversity and its critical role in regulating the global climate. The Amazon generates much of its own rainfall through transpiration, and it acts as a massive carbon sink. However, deforestation and climate change threaten its delicate balance. Exploring the Amazon is like stepping into a living library of Earth's natural history, teeming with discoveries yet to be made. 7. The Galapagos Islands, Ecuador. Roughly 1,000 kilometers, 620 miles, off Ecuador's Pacific coast lie the Galapagos Islands, an archipelago of volcanic isles known for their fearless wildlife and their role in inspiring Charles Darwin's theory of evolution by natural selection. Giant tortoises that live over a century, blue-footed boobies that perform quirky mating dances, and marine iguanas that feed underwater on algae. These creatures seem plucked from another world. What's unique about the Galapagos is their isolation. Each island is like a living laboratory where species have evolved in relative seclusion. The climate is surprisingly mild due to ocean currents, warm and rainy January through May, and cooler, drier from June to December. Strict conservation efforts are in place to protect this fragile environment, making the Galapagos a prime example of how responsible tourism and science can work together. 8. The Sahara Desert, North Africa, spanning about 9.2 million square kilometers, 3.6 million square miles. The Sahara is the world's largest hot desert. It stretches across multiple countries in North Africa, including Egypt, Sudan, Libya, Mali, and Morocco. With daytime temperatures often soaring above 38 degrees Celsius, 100 degrees Fahrenheit, and dropping drastically at night, it's a place of extremes. The Sahara's uniqueness lies in its sculpted sand dunes that can tower over 180 meters, 590 feet, its vast gravel plains, and its surprising oases bursting with life. Ancient rock art and fossils hint at a time when the region was greener. Despite its harsh conditions, nomadic tribes like the Tuaregs still traverse its dunes. The Sahara is a reminder of nature's raw power and the resilience required to survive in such a challenging environment. 9. The Great Blue Hole, Belize. Just off the coast of Belize in Central America, a perfectly circular sinkhole emerges in the middle of the Caribbean Sea. Known as the Great Blue Hole, it measures about 300 meters, 984 feet, across and about 125 meters, 410 feet, deep. Formed during the last ice age, it's part of the Belize Barrier Reef Reserve System. Diving into the Great Blue Hole reveals stalactites and limestone formations that indicate it once formed above sea level. Marine life includes nurse sharks, Caribbean reef sharks, and giant groupers. The site is uniquely tranquil. Its waters usually a pleasant 24 degrees Celsius to 27 degrees Celsius, 75 degrees Fahrenheit to 81 degrees Fahrenheit. Renowned explorer Jacques Cousteau famously declared it one of the top 5 dive sites on the planet. The Great Blue Hole's surreal beauty and geological history make it an underwater wonder without equal. 10. The Dead Sea, Israel, Jordan, and Palestine. Situated at roughly 430 meters, 1,410 feet, below sea level, the Dead Sea is Earth's lowest exposed land elevation. Straddling the border of Israel, Jordan, and the West Bank, its waters are almost 10 times saltier than the ocean, making them so buoyant that swimmers float effortlessly. No fish or aquatic plants can survive this hyper-saline environment, hence the name. Still, the surrounding region's mineral-rich mud and thermal springs have attracted visitors for millennia, from ancient Egyptians to modern health tourists. The climate is hot and dry most of the year, with summer highs exceeding 40 degrees Celsius, 104 degrees Fahrenheit. The Dead Sea's receding water levels highlight environmental issues, but its unique mineral composition, extreme salinity, and geological importance make it stand out among natural wonders. 11. The Himalayas, Asia, spanning 5 countries, Bhutan, China, India, Nepal, and Pakistan. The Himalayas are the world's highest mountain range, crowned by Mount Everest. Over 110 peaks exceed 7,300 meters, 24,000 feet. Formed as the Indian plate crashes into the Eurasian plate, they're still rising, and their glaciers form the headwaters of several major Asian rivers, including the Ganges and the Yangtze. The Himalayas are unique because of their unmatched vertical scale and cultural significance. They influence the monsoon climate and support a variety of ecosystems, from subtropical forests at low elevations to alpine meadows and polar conditions at the highest altitudes. The region is also a spiritual haven, home to Tibetan Buddhism, Hindu pilgrimage sites, and countless myths and legends. The Himalayas remind us that mountains are more than rock. They shape life, culture, and climate for billions of people. 12. Ha Long Bay, Vietnam. In northeastern Vietnam, emerald waters brim with over 1,600 limestone islands and islets, many covered in lush forests and riddled with caves. Ha Long Bay, a UNESCO World Heritage Site, translates to Descending Dragon Bay, named for ancient legends of dragons spewing out jade islands to protect the land. What makes Ha Long Bay unique is its karst topography, steep, conical peaks rising from tranquil seas, creating a landscape straight out of a fairy tale. The region's climate is tropical and humid, with a wet season from May to October and a cooler dry season from November to March. Visitors can explore floating fishing villages, limestone caves, and hidden lagoons accessible only by kayak. Ha Long Bay's surreal beauty and cultural lore make it a cherished natural wonder. 13. Antarctica. At the bottom of the world lies Antarctica, a continent covered by an ice sheet averaging over 2 kilometers, 1.2 miles, thick. It's the coldest, driest, and windiest continent, with recorded temperatures plummeting to 89.2 degrees Celsius, 128.6 degrees Fahrenheit. Despite these extremes, Antarctica hosts a surprising array of wildlife in its surrounding seas: penguins, whales, seals, and scientists who brave research stations to understand Earth's climate history. Antarctica's uniqueness is its purity. It has no native human population and international treaties protect its environment. The dry valleys, which receive almost no snowfall, resemble Martian landscapes, providing a testing ground for space missions. Climate data extracted from Antarctic ice cores has revolutionized our understanding of global warming. This vast, white wilderness is both incredibly hostile and incredibly important, holding the keys to Earth's climate past and future. 14. Iguazu Falls, Argentina and Brazil. Straddling the border between Argentina and Brazil, Iguazu Falls is a series of 275 individual waterfalls spread over nearly 3 kilometers, 1.9 miles. Some waterfalls tower up to 82 meters, 269 feet, and together they form the largest waterfall system in the world. The thunderous roar and lush, subtropical rainforest setting create an immersive natural spectacle. What sets Iguazu apart is the experience of multiple cascades fanning out in a horseshoe shape, drenching visitors with mist. The humidity and temperatures often linger around 30 degrees Celsius, 86 degrees Fahrenheit, in the summer, supporting an abundance of wildlife. Toucans, coatis, and colorful butterflies thrive here. Compared to the single curtain of Victoria Falls or the deep chasm of the Grand Canyon, Iguazu's many cataracts present a panorama of water and life, an unforgettable encounter with Earth's raw power. 15. The Daxia Landforms, China. Located primarily in China's Gansu and Guangdong provinces, the Daxia landforms are a rainbow of layered sandstone and minerals shaped by erosion. Over millions of years, these strata have formed mesmerizing patterns of red, ochre, and yellow ridges, like an artist's brush sweeping across a natural canvas. The uniqueness lies in the vibrant colors and surreal shapes. These landforms stand out starkly against green valleys and blue skies, creating postcard-perfect vistas. 16. Uluru, Ayers Rock, Australia. Rising from the flat desert plains of Australia's Northern Territory, Uluru stands as a massive sandstone monolith, 348 meters, 1,142 feet, high and with a circumference of about 9.4 kilometers, 5.8 miles. This sacred site to the Anangu people changes color dramatically with the position of the sun, glowing fiery red at dawn and dusk. What makes Uluru unique is its cultural importance and geological singularity. Formed over 500 million years, it's a visible tip of a much larger underground rock formation. Temperatures can soar above 40 degrees Celsius, 104 degrees Fahrenheit, in summer and drop sharply at night. More than just a striking landmark, Uluru is a living spiritual center that connects people to the vast Australian outback and its timeless traditions. 17. Pamukkale, Turkey. Pamukkale, meaning cotton castle in Turkish, is a surreal landscape of white travertine terraces and warm turquoise pools cascading down a hillside. This UNESCO World Heritage Site in southwestern Turkey was formed by calcium-rich thermal waters that cooled in terraces over millennia. The uniqueness of Pamukkale lies in its dreamy, otherworldly appearance, like frozen waterfalls or fluffy cotton clouds. The hot springs average around 35 degrees Celsius, 95 degrees Fahrenheit, perfect for a soothing soak. Nearby, the ancient Greco-Roman city of Hierapolis provides historical context, merging natural beauty with cultural heritage. 18. Yosemite National Park, USA. In California's Sierra Nevada mountains, Yosemite National Park is a grand mosaic of towering granite cliffs, plunging waterfalls, ancient giant sequoias, and wildflower-strewn meadows. Yosemite's uniqueness lies in the scale and accessibility of its landscapes, as well as its status as a cradle of the American conservation movement. John Muir's writings about Yosemite inspired some of the world's earliest national park protections. Spring waterfalls roar after the snowmelt, with Yosemite Falls dropping 739 meters, 2,425 feet. Summers bring warm days for hiking, while winter snows transform the valley into a serene wonderland. 19. Zhangjiajie National Forest Park, China. China's Zhangjiajie National Forest Park in Hunan Province is renowned for towering sandstone pillars enveloped in misty forests, inspiring the floating mountains in the movie Avatar. These over 3,000 narrow peaks rise abruptly, some reaching over 1,000 meters, 3,280 feet, high, draped in green vegetation and home to rare wildlife like the Chinese giant salamander. What makes Zhangjiajie unique is the ethereal quality of its landscapes: mountain columns piercing through the clouds, glass walkways suspended over deep valleys, and scenic cable cars. This park feels like stepping into a fantasy world where gravity and geology conspired to create a vertical jungle of stone. 20. The Redwood Forests, USA. Along the Pacific coast of Northern California, the coastal redwood forests harbor the tallest trees on Earth. These giants can soar above 115 meters, 380 feet, with trunks so wide you could drive a car through them in decades past. The cool, foggy climate provides moisture year-round, and some redwoods are over 2,000 years old, living witnesses to human history's unfolding. What sets the redwood forests apart is the sheer vertical majesty of these ancient giants. Under their canopy, the forest floor is a peaceful realm of ferns, mosses, and quiet streams. Their wood is rot-resistant, and their bark can be over 30 centimeters, 1 foot, thick, protecting them from fire. We've traveled from underwater reefs to sky-high peaks, from scorching deserts to icy poles, from vibrant forests to rainbow rock formations, and from cascading waterfalls to silent giants of the forest. Each of these 20 natural wonders represents a chapter in Earth's grand story, a story that continues to unfold through geological upheavals, climatic shifts, and the interplay of countless species, including our own. These wonders do more than leave us breathless. They remind us that our planet is not merely a backdrop to human endeavors. It's a living masterpiece, one we must cherish, respect, and protect. The towering mountains, glowing auroras, mysterious sinkholes, and ancient forests each say the same thing: we are part of something bigger, older, and far more magnificent than we often realize. Take these wonders as an invitation to appreciate the world around you, to learn from it, and, if you're lucky enough to experience it firsthand. Because at the end of the day, the greatest natural wonder might be the Earth itself, in all its infinite creativity and resilience. If you've been inspired by these astonishing places, share your favorite natural wonder in the comments below. Maybe it's one we mentioned, or perhaps it's an entirely different gem hidden somewhere on our remarkable planet. Let's learn from each other and discover new corners of the world together. And if you enjoyed this journey, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on more surprising and awe-inspiring destinations from every corner of the Earth.